Welcome everyone, I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Library of Ruina. So, couldn't really find very many builds for this page. It might be because they actually used this, I think it's Korean, text instead of just calling him Yon. But went with this build that I saw, Battle Ready, Dark Cloud Blade, and Remembrance. Relies on unlock. It also said you could possibly do Will of the City instead, but I'm gonna do unlock because this particular fight we're doing, we're not gonna get very much light because the emotion level, I think we cap out at 1 or 2 because this is Hokma's first abnormality page. So went with unlocks, clones, which are designed to just clone these fancy abilities here. The build went with that I saw went with Distorted Blade, and you can make essentially clones of it and then just blow up stuff with it. But there's no way I'm going to be able to get to 7 light in the fight we're about to do. So instead, I'm going with I went ahead and grabbed Lock instead, and then I got Baleful Brand, and then Identify Weak Point. Besides that, everything else is pretty much normal. I'm going with Maxim, Purple Tear, and Yawn. Purple Tear because I can make her immune to status effects, and this boss does a shit ton of bleed. And then Maxim because he's got a pretty good high damage roll to hopefully beat the counter die. I did attempt this like twice with Rabbit Squad, actually maybe even 3 times. I almost beat the boss once using Rabbit Squad. I got to the very end, and I ended up smashing against the boss's counter die, which not only does a lot of damage, but also does a shit ton of bleed. And so I was eventually sitting on like 30 bleed, and there was no way for me to recover. And then after that, I never got to that far in the fight ever again. The fight is very, very picky. It has a lot of gimmicks that are just not fun to deal with. So I'm hoping I can just brute force by just becoming immune to bleed and praying that I can just smash through it. The boss is super duper resistant to piercing, and then resistant to slashing, like regular resistant to slashing and blunt. So I went with that. That's also probably why I had trouble with Rabbit Squad, since Rabbit Squad does have a decent number of piercing. So here goes, Burrowing Heaven. Alright, I think I explained this thing before from Lobotomy Corporation, but the way this thing works is you had to look at it. If you didn't look at it, it gets pissed. Well, sorry, while you're working on it, you have to be looking at it. If you don't, it eventually breaks free and it just starts moving around everywhere. If you look at it, it'll stop moving, or teleporting rather. But it could get really, really out of hand if you just don't keep an eye on it. We better dispose of it quickly. We shouldn't look away, huh? If you are prepared, then let us begin. Okay, so boss itself. So as I mentioned, pretty much ineffective, pierce damage, and then slash endured, blunt endured. Not super high stagger, so if you can stagger it, you'll be in good shape. Soul Focus becomes active if no thorns are awake. Uses a mass attack page on the same scene it became active. Wings for an Old God. While this character is active, all librarians are inflicted with 10 feeble at the start of the scene. In your sight, takes twice as much stagger damage or deflects, so if you can parry it, that's great. Into Cognizance, if this character remains active for 3 scenes, a Heaven's Thorn will be spawned next scene and every 3 scenes after. Okay. So right now it's inactive, as is 2 of the 3 Heaven's Thorns. Now the Heaven's Thorns have 110 HP, 50 stagger, and then they have the same resistances. If a librarian engages in combat against another character, all other librarians take damage equal to 40% of their max HP. So this is not an issue for right now, but if there's ever a situation where there is more than 1 thorn active, essentially every time you engage in combat with one of those thorns, you will take a shit ton of damage. So you have to make sure that there's only 1 active at a time. If you don't, you're screwed. Invisible String of Connection. After engaging in combat with a librarian, inflict them with feeble next scene. The amount is equal to the number of combat pages the librarian has used against this character during the battle. In your sight, takes twice as much damage from stagger, or from deflect. So the idea, yeah, if you look at the ones that are inactive, dormant, will awaken in 3 scenes. If a Heaven's Thorn or Burning Heaven is staggered, this does not go down. So you have to. So this thing gets angry if there are no active thorns. These get angry if there are more than one active thorn. So you have to defeat a thorn as the other one wakes up. If you don't, this guy wakes up and mass attacks you. And if you're too slow, this guy wakes up, followed by... and then at that point you're just taking a bunch of damage every time you get into combat. So we'll see if we can make this happen. Alright, so right off the bat I'm already starting in Piercing Stance, so not a great start. We're going to go ahead and switch to Guarding. There we go. So now we're in Guarding Stance. Alright, and then this guy has... yeah, this is all about counters. And if you fail the counter, you are going to be in pain. Okay. Switch out of this. It's been a while since I fought this thing, so we'll make do here. Alright, so what I want to do here is overcharge and then do a bunch of leaps. Or not leaps, but energy conversions. Yeah, it's not starting in defense stance kind of hurts me here, but there's not much I can do about it. But I can trade with you easily enough. And then this guy's going after that, and that guy's going after that. Alright, so we can intercept one of those. So that's going to be 3 dice, 2 dice. Alright. Kind of okay with just doing a bit of parry. Concentration. And then just spend this round trying to build up the unlocks. I think is a good call right now. Though the counter dies are probably going to screw me. We'll see. Alright. So key thing here is mainly just to stagger it and then beat it down, because when it's staggered it becomes vulnerable to everything. Yeah, as you can see, just nothing but defense dice. Okay. Okay, now it's depleted. We'll awaken in 2 scenes. Okay. So at this point, we just need to get some energy back. I don't really care about drawing a page. Two to 7, huh? Yeah, that's not going to be pretty. Alright. I can Rhino Ram that thing. Yeah, what we can do is Grace the Grass that, Rhino Ram the other. And then anyone that happens to be the lucky one. We'll do Baleful Brand. We need to get those unlocks up and running. Yeah. Alright. So the question is, will we be able to kill it in a round? That's the problem. If I don't kill it in a round, then I'm screwed. Yeah, I have to. So let's do Baleful Brand and an unlock. Nice deflect. So yeah, I'm getting bleeded a bunch now. Okay. So I have to kill it this round. If I don't, the other one's gonna wake up. So with that in mind, we can overcharge and follow it up with a energy conversion. Got to identify a weak point. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I am starving for cards here. Good luck. Okay, you're staggered now. Rolled 2 natural ones. Yeah, I'm screwed. I can't do enough damage. So yeah, the other one wakes up and now I'm gonna take a bunch of damage. So we'll do that to deal with you. Everyone else is gonna take a bunch of damage. We'll do an energy for conversion. Like that. I can't actually intercept that. Alright, bulky impact that. Leap that. Identify a weak point that. Unlock that. We'll just have to let that do its thing. Alright, so yeah, there goes a bunch of my life. That went a lot better. I rolled really bad on the previous thorn, unfortunately. So yeah, Hikashi didn't take any of the damage, but everyone else did, which is unfortunate. Alright. So key thing here is we have to avoid killing this thing too fast. Oh wow, that's a lot of... Oh, I guess they might have removed the emotion cap, which is good because that made these fights so ridiculous. Alright, ground crash and then gee. Yeah, the issue I ran into, it's the same issue I ran into with the Rabbit Squad, is I ran out of cards, and there's not much I can do about it once that happens. Alright, yeah, overcharge that. Just throw out a bunch of leaps. Is that good enough? We need to save... We need to save 3 light. Okay. And then I need cards. I am actually just gonna let you pass. Alright, won those. Didn't win those. Stagger deflect, perfect. Okay, way overkill, but we're in a really good spot though. Because it's gonna wake up next turn, so we should be fine. So I can actually let Hokma here kind of just hang out. Max out your charge if we can. Hit you with some energy conversions. Okay, didn't live much longer than that. Okay. So 3 turns before the boss wakes up. Alright. I have 2 overcharges. And an energy convert. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I'm targeting because these are counter dice, so we'll let you handle all the counter dice, and then go straight into energy conversion. And then for you, to an unlock 3. Let's just we'll just do that. Okay. Okay. So I missed out on the draw. That's okay. Okay. All right. Let's how many I have? Okay, I have that much light. All right. We'll bulky impact that into Gee. I'm a little curious to see how far this insanity can go, so what if I were to do... I want that to go last. And then to deal with you, let's do identify weak point. And then some unlocks. And that should hopefully do it. deflect. Nice deflect. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna kill this a little too fast, but that's fine. I mean, it's only got one left anyway. So either way, we're gonna have to deal with this. Okay, mass individual, so it's gonna be per attack. Alright. So that's going for that. So overcharge against that. Rhino ram that. Okay, so yeah, this thing, Bloody Wings, 6 to 10 pierce counter, and if it hits, it does 6 bleed. That thing destroyed me. Okay, I don't have anything to follow that up with. Okay. Ground crash would be nice. Leap, then ground crash. Or grace the grass, rather. Okay. Now I have to deal with the rest of this nonsense. So that's coming. We're just gonna clone some junk. That's gonna hurt me, but I'm gonna have to just take it. Though I think what's gonna end up happening is that Kashi is gonna get hit with it because of how the turn order's gonna work. Which honestly I think is better. We'll do we're gonna have to energy convert. Oh, right, okay. This needs to be changed. Okay. Any other energy conversions is fine. And then, whatever, unlock. That thinks you're gonna destroy me. Okay, whatever. Let's do this. Okay, resisted it. Okay, that one hit. Okay. Okay. Got staggered, that sucks. That did not go well at all. Alright, 2 turns until more thorns wake. And I need to protect. Well, I can't protect against that because it's too fast. Good. Good times. Baleful Brand. That one's also... Well, sorry, I can't protect against that. The other one will go through, and then I can draw away any of the others. Yeah, okay. Identify weak point on that. And then the rest will just be unlocks. Okay. And then I don't have enough to actually make anything happen with that. Alright. Just Rhino Ram then. Good luck. Yep, well, there goes. So I have one turn to stagger this thing. And even if I well, actually, yeah, if I stagger it, it should stop the timer. That's usually how it works. You never know. Alright. Energy conversion. Oh, actually. Leap. Energy conversion. Energy conversion. To Rhino Ram. And leap. Frame rate. There we go. Here goes nothing. Got him. Okay, he's staggered. Wow, I rolled so many ones. Okay, yeah, the timer did not go down. Perfect. Everything. Throw everything at this guy. Do whatever you need to do. Just make this happen. Bulky impacts. Gee. Grace the grass. Alright, go. Am I going to be able to do enough? Yes. Oh, thank you. My gosh, that was ridiculous. But I finally got my revenge. Alright, Floor of Religion.
뭐 이리 원하는 책이 많아?
늦게 깨어난 만큼 말아야 할 게 많다. 난 남들보다 늘 늦었으니까.
다른 사람보다 늙은 게 아니고?
Jeez, Roland.
시시한 비아냥이군.
이곳의 사서들은 모두 카르멘이라는 사람을 따랐다는데 너도 그 사람을 따라서 연구에 참여한 거야?
모두가 카르멘을 따랐지만 난 다른 사람을 따랐다. 로보토미를 세우고 엔젤라를 만든 아인이라는 사람이 있었지. 난 그를 믿었다. 다들 무언가를 믿고 있듯 나는 그 사람이 행하고자 하는 것이 옳다고 믿었어. 롤랑, 너 믿고 있는 종교가 있나?
아니, 도시에 제대로 된 종교가 있나 싶고. 큰 종교라 해봤자 다들 돈만 밝히는데 뭐하러 믿나?
다르게 물어봐야겠군. 넌 무엇을 믿고 있지?
믿고 있는 거? 내가 언젠가 여기서 나갈 수 있다는 걸 믿고 있지.
그건 소망이고.
그럼 난 믿고 있는 것 따위 없나 보다. 애초에 당장 제 앞길 찾는 것도 바쁜데 그런 걸 신경 쓸 겨를이 어딨겠어. 꿈이든 믿음이든 지금 바로 도움받을 수 없는 걸 생각하고 돌이키는 행동 자체가 힘든 세상이지. 그러는 넌 믿고 있는 게 있나 봐.
난 선생님께서 원하시던 세상이 오리라는 것을 믿고 있다. 이 믿음 안에서 내 행동 원리를 결정하지.
어떤 사람이었길래 그렇게 헌신적이야?
먼 곳을 바라보는 사람이었다. 닿지 못할 곳에 닿으려는 사람이었어.
그건 카르멘이란 사람도 마찬가지 아니야?
다르지. 아인 씨는 기꺼이 악이라도 받아들이고자 했으니.
말 나온 김에 그 아인이라는 놈 난 이해할 수 없어. 애초에 죽은 사람들 억지로 꾸역꾸역 살려놓고 지하에서 소꿉놀이 할 뿐이었잖아.
소꿉놀이라는 말로 비유할 수 있는 가벼운 일이 아니다.
얼마나 대단한 걸 깨달았는지 몰라도 그 과정은 민폐덩어리 그 자체구만. 너희가 억지로 두 번째 삶을 받아 로보토미에서 고통받은 것도, 엔젤라가 저렇게 화나 있는 것도 다 그 인간 때문이잖아. 외부인으로서는 전혀 좋게 볼 수가 없단 말이지.
선생님은 그런데도 닦고자 했다. 어떻게든 채워 넣어 달아가는 삶을 견디고자 했다. 넌 모를 테지. 그 희생과 헌신을.
완전 광신도구만. 믿음은 연약한 사람의 눈을 멀게 하지.
눈이 먼 건 나뿐만이 아닌 것 같다만.
너보단 덜하다 임마.
Well, they got along just great. Alright. Finally got level 2. Alright. Lean bloodied wings. Once it recognizes that it lost your attention and focus, it will spread its wings like an angel. Its wings will reach the skies and extend toward the ground, eventually blocking the sun out. On a deflect, deal half of the blocked dice roll as physical damage to the opponent. So it pretty much becomes like a counter die. Gaze of others. That's what a gaze is, attention, an invisible string that connects us, sole focus. Deal 2 to 4 damage in a one-sided attack. In a clash, deal 3 to 6 less damage with attacks, but block dice gain 1 to 3 power. Attention and focus, don't look away, just keep your eyes on it, contain it in your sight. Deal and take twice as much stagger damage on a deflect. Okay. So, I'm not really good at defensive builds, but that's where it seems to be leaning. And right off the bat, so we got a fourth person I need to name and set up. And then we have the price of silence. Might as well pull this up and see what it looks like. We have a lot of catching up to do with the floor of religion. Oh, hello. Maybe there are more things we didn't get to see before. A scythe? Clock? What does it mean? A price for silence. What is it trying to say? What flows cannot be stopped, is it? So, Remnant of Time. 80, 60. Flown Time gains plus 3 power and a one-sided attack. Okay. And resistant to blunt. Your Betiting copies the speed dice number, speed values, and resistances of a librarian. Combat page is played by said a librarian. The scene will be played by this character next scene. Huh. That's interesting. And then we got the price of silence, which is a big scythe. Unstoppable time 12. The special pattern will occur in 12 scenes. Accumulating time, the number of remnants of time defeated so far. Time flowing cannot be targeted. Every scene the player is given 30 seconds to select combat pages before. Oh no, I hate this. So I guess I should talk a little bit about Hokma and his nonsense. Yeah, I believe it was Hokma. It definitely makes sense. So in Library, not Library of Ruina, in Lobotomy Corporation, each of the floors had their own little gimmick as far as what you had to deal with whenever you're completing the day. Hokma's was you could not pause, and pausing was very, very much relied on throughout the majority of the game for most people, because it gave you a lot of, it lets you micro a lot easier. But if you paused on Hokma's floor, it literally killed 3 people. Every time you did it, it would just kill 3 people. So with this, literally, I have to Spend 30. I have to do this in 30 seconds. That is insane. With 4 characters on top of that. So, cannot be targeted. Every scene, the player is given 30 seconds to select combat pages before the combat phase starts. At the start of the scene, give other allies one of the following. Gain +3 power in a clash, or +3 power in a one-sided attack. At the start of the scene spawns a remnant of time. If 4 remnants of time are already present, the one with lowest HP is replaced, and all librarians take damage equal to its HP. So you're timed on that as well. Time accumulating at the... Yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah, we already talked about that. So if 12 remnants of time are defeated within 12 scenes, become staggered, and the following scene. If fewer than 12 remnants of time are defeated by the end of the 12th scene, uses a mass attack page on the 13th scene. Okay, the price of silence at the start of the scene, add a copy of silence to the hand of all librarians. That's insane. So silence would be all librarians lose 20%, remove the time limit for the next scene. Okay. So yeah, you can literally hear it ticking. So we're just gonna get out of that. Because I don't want to see what's gonna happen to me. Alright, well, I don't look forward to that, because as you probably have already noticed, I take my sweet time on picking my cards and all that nonsense. But, yeah. Any case, at least we took care of the Burrowing Heaven finally. So, I am the Depressed Dior, this is Library of Ruina. I'll see you guys later.